All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Crown Church Podcast. We're covering Alien. We're almost to the last episode, guys. Almost there. We're going to be covering and reviewing this one, saying our thoughts and opinions. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think, too. Like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Yeah, man, going into this, it seemed like some of my predictions came true. When they made that damn thing, the xenomorph
Yeah, no,
rampant.
no, you definitely called it on the last episode. I mean, I only had my other theories because I was just I was not sure like how they was just gonna pan out. But your theory was very dangerously close to it. Don, did you had a conversation with the guys who wrote it? you know what I mean?
Had
You
some
know what I
insight
mean?
on Disney. Right.
Like, yeah, no, it finally able. I would say like it finally was able to like pick up. We finally actually got some fight scenes, and some action in there in this one. And I honestly I was waiting for that for a long time. I mean, we got some action, we got some things that happened in the previous episodes, but for once, like for like going towards the end of the season, we actually got some, action. Something
Right.
happening. We got some of it in the beginning. I think the first two episodes, but in this one it was more like, damn, it's they're actually capable of harming, humans.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were always capable of harming, but they just, nothing really provoked them to the point that they actually had to, do a Mortal Kombat like finisher on somebody. You know what I mean? Pull the guy's fucking jaw off. You know what I mean? That shit
Oh
was
yeah, what Nibs
crazy.
did it towards the end of the episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
that shit was crazy. I think the moral aspect, I mean, and the moral I think the biggest thing about this episode was more like control. That's really what it is. I like to just say it in one word, it's just control. Like who's trying to have the most control over the species. Um, it's not even about territory, it's literally about the species. You know what I mean? It's just about control. And I think with the synthetics, they honestly wanted to, they wanted to wipe themselves off the chessboard.
Right.
They're tired. They want to go live I guess the lives that they want to live. So they try to just have an exit plan.
Yeah.
The exit plan really did not work out in the favor, obviously, towards the end of the episode. But you
Yep.
know, a lot of interesting things like to take away from the episode. You know what I mean? Like outside of just control, it's more like a lot of secretive shit that was going down. Like I had no idea that Moro was just, I mean, I know the plan was to actually get the I guess
Alien.
they get the alien egg or the alien to, to come out of whatever body or whatever the case is, to bring that specimen back. I thought they wanted to retrieve all the aliens from the shipment. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was just one.
Oh yeah. I
You
think
know what
that's
I'm
like Moral's main agenda, trying to get at least a sample of one of the aliens, just so they
uh
can probably like clone them and
I
have their own.
yeah, I just didn't think it was like one. I thought they were just like trying to hurry up and get all of them back, but honestly, they did violate the whatever type of contract that, they're not even supposed to be on the islands and whatever the case is. I don't know if there is a contract, but I know they're not supposed to be in their territory. Which is why, when the ship crash landed inside, basically in his back door,
Right.
the boy genius's back door, it's more like that was his territory. So,
Yeah. This whole plan fell apart.
yeah, this whole plan fell apart for sure. Meanwhile he's over there having conversations with sheeps, and me and everything is kind of like spiraling out of control. He just lost one of his synthetics who he cared nothing about, did
Nah.
not give a shit.
He was more fascinated with the fly that ate his body, like the rest of his
Yeah,
body. He was more
bro,
fascinated
that
about
this
like
is
how they incorporated.
to this man all it is just him, like just being fascinated with whatever it is. Like if it's mind
Yeah.
blowing, he doesn't care about the life or the well being of something, whether it's a fucking person or a living animal or some type of thing. Doesn't care for that. It's just more like if it blows his mind and he wants to expand on how that whatever process happened, he's gonna do it. Like he just doesn't care. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like he's probably worse than Thanos at this point. At least Thanos had the, the ability to say, I'm gonna wipe half of the fucking life forms, half of them off the face of the fucking universe. But he
You're
kept
right.
some. With this one, it's more like, man, you know what I mean? Like I really don't give a shit on who's really beneath me. I just want to be able to have a certain conversation. And I guess he's starting to see like how smart the eye is. The eye has always kind of been somewhat relatively smart.
Oh
He's
yeah. To
yeah,
that point.
he's smart. It's more like, is he like a genius level type shit? You know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you. He's a life form or some way. You know what I mean? He's a creature. So it's
Yeah.
like, um, I
Yeah, to
don't
that
know.
point, it's like you can tell like he's trying to find a new host for the eye to live inside. Like he's trying to find a human that's stupid enough.
Well,
I
he
feel like he's
can't.
gonna use that girl, that Curly. I believe her name is Curly, one of the kids that's still left there.
Yeah, that'll
I
be
feel like he's gonna use
that
her.
that'll be interesting because he did say he had somebody in mind that can actually like be a good host, I guess, for him to communicate with. But
Right.
he already had chances, though. I mean, I don't know if that count, but when he was actually in the older guy, like the old man or whatever the case is, like
But yeah.
he didn't talk at that point either. He just made sounds.
But yeah, he's
So
just like the
he's
alien.
probably has a different form of communication, whether that's like Morse code or, you know what I mean, like or he has to like communicate sign language or whatever the case is. He has to probably communicate different ways, but probably not like fucking, the way that he wants to have a conversation with. And I'm gonna say, is that good enough? Is that like, does that actually suit your needs? You know what I mean? Boy genius. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's more like
Exactly.
you're not going to be able to have a conversation with him. Meanwhile, the world, your whole castle is collapsing and don't even give. And your boy actually is also doing some sketchy shit. It's like the guy with the blonde hair. I
Yeah.
always forget their name, but like the synthetics that the one he's like going up against Moro. That's like
Yeah,
Moro's like
Pierce.
rival and shit. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
his rival, like for sure. But it's more like, yeah, he's sketchy, man. He's something's up with him. I just don't trust that motherfucker for a dime. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I believe his name was Chris or something like that. Chris. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, almost seemed like he was turning his back on the Boy Genius, but he was just doing that for slightly just to bring Moro back to him, just to show him he had the alien sample and him to arrest Moro and the rest of his crew.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a trap he set him into towards the
Well, I
end.
mean, obviously he took advantage of a child. Like we seem to forget that these are still kids in the minds of adult bodies, right? Like that's the problem, is that they're taking advantage of that. And Moore knows that. He don't give a shit. He just
I
wants to
know.
be able to get the package. And he's another one. Again, that's why I compare both of them together, because him and Boy Genius share similarities. They don't give a shit about anything but their objective. That's their biggest thing, right? Like they don't care how they got to get to it. What happens? What's the repercussions of getting their goals? They're gonna get him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's just like that's why I compare the two, and they're both jackasses. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah, meanwhile, Wendy's trying to escape, and the rest of the kids, and they're dying off as they're trying to get out.
yeah.
The other two got
But
captured now.
with the ending, and we'll dive a little more deeper into like the communication with her too, because I just think that's like the craziest part about this. She has her own pet. Like she literally has a way to communicate and like send it to attack fucking others, and that to me that's insane, because I don't think that you were never able to tame any of them like that. Like they're not dogs. They can't give them a harness and actually say, "Hey, go." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess that's what they was building up each episode to. Like she was like slowly communicating with it as it grew.
right. And I know a lot of people are going to say like, well, if she's capable of doing one, how many can she actually control at once? Like there's just going to be so many questions revolving on like her being able to control. Or I don't even think it's just going to be her doing it per se. I think like this was just an introduction to see like where the synthetics are going to go. Are they going to head? They're going to evolve even more beyond this. What they're going to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Wendy's going to make it to the movies, to be honest with you. We'll see. We'll see what happens on the next episode. In my honest opinion, I think that she's going to get hers, I think, at the last episode, to be honest with you. I don't think she's going to make it. I think she's gonna
Possibly.
sacrifice. Yeah, I think she's gonna sacrifice herself in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
I see
Or
that
like,
coming.
yeah, or she can like sick it on the boy genius and the rest of the scientists that's part of that
Oh,
corporation and
I
tear
think
it down.
the eye is gonna kill him. Just I don't even think it's just gonna be like the alien is gonna get him. I think the eye is gonna kill him for sure, and that'll be
Yeah,
great
that
to
could be
see.
it too. It just turns on them.
They finally need to get they got Moro and put that motherfucker in a cage.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like Moral's still gonna somehow find his way out, though. I have a feeling.
Yeah, he's good at at working around obstacles. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's just there's I'm not saying I don't like him as a character. He's just you know what I mean? Like he's just like it's just one thing with him. Like there's
right.
nothing expanding on that one thing. That one thing is literally just I don't care about nothing else but but getting it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The corporation he works for is the
the
W.
memories that we saw with Moro, it was more like okay, don't care. You know what I mean? Like I think well, I mean, some people were just like, "Oh, he is human." Somewhat. He used to be.
Yeah,
Or I guess like he had memory. I don't know. Like they said he was a cyborg, but
yeah,
he has memories and shit. I guess I don't know.
yeah. They
But
never like fully explained on it. But he's a cyborg, so
right.
yes,
Um. But
his mission is for Yena T. Yeah, I forget her name. That's how you pronounce it, but
yeah. But it's just like for the ending is more like I'm gonna say he was right to do what the brother was right to do what he did. Be
so
to be completely honest with you, I think they're getting out of hand. They really don't know what type of capabilities they're capable of yet. Wendy's just unlocking communication between different life forms.
yeah,
So imagine what she can do with the proper training. With she has somewhat combat skills, but not fully. But we really don't know what else can they expand on. You
yeah.
know,
I,
so
I still think he could have went about it a different way. Like instead of like siding with that rescue crew that's trying to kill the rest of
I
them,
don't
like
I
he
don't
probably
think
could have found somewhere else to go.
I don't think he was siding with them. I think he just did that because it was immoral. Like what she was doing was just out of hand, bro. Like she wasn't even like calm the fuck down. She literally was trying to she killed the fucking girl. Like she was out like bro, she ripped the fucking jaw off of
Yeah,
somebody's, you know what I mean? Like there could have been a different way to go about this whole situation. You know what I mean? And she chose that path, and there's a limit to where you say, okay, enough is enough. And that's she just kept going. Like Wendy didn't touch anybody. If you notice, she did it the more smartly way. She rather had the fucking alien attack that crew. Was it
yeah,
still kind of the same premise where it's like, yeah, well, it's still bad. It's not the right thing to do, and yeah, it is. But the blood and it kind of still the blood still kind of falls on her hand, but she didn't really actually do anything. You know, she knocked somebody out. That was it.
right.
That was it. You know, the other one was more like that was bound to happen. We saw slowly with that character. I don't know her name, but she was slowly starting to lose it throughout the episodes. That was coming
Oh, yeah,
regardless. So she
yeah. She
just
lost her
unleashed.
memory and everything.
Right. So
Yes,
that was unleashing regardless on whatever outcome that was going to happen. Whether they're going to go
yeah,
back to the island or they got away and it's just going to she's going to end up losing it on some other fucking planet or some other part of the earth. I don't know. Um I don't think it was siding. I just think he made that decision because he started to see that these aren't the people that they used to be anymore. They're
right.
somewhat
I get
in
that.
there.
Yeah.
Their memories are in there, but they're making decisions that are crazy, that are just like we never would have thought that eventually like people that still have memories that of themselves, their identity, they're still human beings. They're just in a robot, essentially.
Yeah, it's the
Right?
story of Frankenstein. It's like the boy genius made weapons out of these kids, and now they're turning on him. And
Right. That's what I
the
mean. Like
very
it's
thing
like
that he made that he tried to make for protecting him be turned on him. Ended up.
Right.
So
And that's why you can't play God, right? Like you can't do these things because things start to spiral out of control. Like they start unlocking some new abilities that they don't know because again, their minds are in a new body that can do a lot more than what their old body can do. They were just
right,
humans before. They are synthetics. They can run extremely fast. They can jump off fucking cliffs and still survive. Like they don't get sick. Like these are things that this is not normal. So what else can they expand on? And he did. I don't think he thought that shit through. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's like
Especially that you can't put the wrong people in these type of bodies either, because again, with her, we this is what we saw with her. We didn't experience with that she was gonna end up being this way throughout the when they first decided to bring all the kids on board and they start switching the bodies. Nobody would have thought that she was going to slowly start to lose it because she saw like what happened on the ship and death, and that shit takes a strain on the mind. You know what I mean? So again, some people just start acting out, doing crazy shit.
yeah. I think when they wiped her memory, they also did some other shit to her to make. They probably knew that this was going to happen, and they's probably going to make Nibs like turn on everybody or whoever was around her just so they can get them back. Get
Right.
Wendy back and the rest of them. I feel like they plotted all that to happen. That's probably why they're not. Boy Genius is not as worried about it as he seems
That
to
motherfucker
should
ain't
be.
worried about nothing right now, bro. That man is just worrying about putting a fucking eyeball in one of his test subjects. That is literally the goal right now. That man does not care knowing that there's a whole nother team from a different corporation on his fucking island. There's fucking two aliens out there, right? He don't even know about the
Yeah,
second one. He didn't I
right.
think he know about like when the first one got released, but that
Yeah,
was it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't care about any of this shit. He just cares about having a conversation. So if the fucking thing says hello, that's it. Like that's all you wanted to do. Your goal was
yeah.
meaningless, bro.
He just lost his mind at the end of this episode.
Yeah,
And the only problem I had with Hermit, what he did is because he went through all that, like he hacked through the system to escape, help Wendy and Nibs get out, and then just he did all that just for them to go right back. Like that's the only thing. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense with what Hermit's doing. It's like
yeah,
if you wanted to, not hurt anybody, you could have did that, but escape too at the same time. That's the only thing. I'm like.
yeah.
Because they're just gonna send them right back just for plot convenience, and they're just gonna have a big. The last episode is probably just gonna be like this big brawl out with the alien and the eyeball creatures going at each other
Well,
in the
there's
laboratory.
yeah. That would be dope. Or we might get some fucking crazy shit that we didn't expect to happen. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
right now. I'm hoping that it better not be a season 2.
yeah, right.
I'm telling you that now, guys. If you guys are listening to the podcast, do not, and I will say this again, I hope do not make another season for this series. I just don't. I don't think nobody wants it. I don't think it can elaborate on anything else. Um, this was literally just to show us an extension of the show of the series. That's all it was doing. You know what I mean? Or it probably did its own fucking thing. We don't know because they're gonna do another movie, and it's gonna be completely set in a different 20 years from then. They always have such big gaps between each film.
Yeah,
So I don't know. We're gonna get a crazy kind of like I don't know. There's definitely gonna be a brawl out. Um, I'm just curious to see like what the brother and what's the relationship like between the brother and Wendy now.
yeah,
I want to know what that's going to be like because honestly, that's the biggest. Believe it or not, that's like the biggest thing for me. The connection they have with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like the fact that the brother still holds on to the fact that the brother still holds on to hope that his sister's still in there. You know,
but yeah,
even though she started to see like that what she can do, she's starting to look at life differently, and she's starting to see that people are is not what they seem to be. There's so many things that's unlocking for this child because she's still 11 years old, 11 or 12 if I'm not mistaken.
right.
um so she's seeing all this shit for the first time.
Yeah.
So I want to see
Becoming a
what the
machine.
relationship is like after that she feels like she betrayed them. Because her biggest thing was she made a promise to protect every single one of them. And she
Yep.
failed. She failed. And it wasn't her fault, but it was more like everybody was kind of doing their own fucking thing. You know?
Yeah, she was distracted and
Right. Right. With Moro controlling the kid. The other one that is that he was an idiot to go inside the cage and just thought that he could have did that shit himself. That was a dumbass thing.
oh yeah, he
Yeah.
already knew where he's gonna
When he
go.
pulled the latch off, I'm like, yeah, nah, you like whatever is in there. If it gets you, bro, you probably deserved it. Like it was just you could tell, like he
Yeah.
was just dumb, bro. Like he should have just went in there with somebody at the time. You know?
Yeah, he didn't have no weapon or nothing.
No,
So,
nothing. But why would you think opening the door? Why would you open the door though? I would have at least tried to fix the hatch and then
yeah,
put the shit in there. I'm not opening that door.
crazy. That's how shit
Yeah.
all fell apart.
So with him, and then Nims. Am I saying that right?
Oh yeah, Nibs. Yeah,
Nibs. All right. Yeah, with her, it's like she slowly started to lose it after a while too. It's just like everybody did sort of their own thing, and there's nothing really she could have done to protect every single one of them.
yeah. Unless she knew that information, escaped early on.
But she
found out
but
till
now she
last
has
minute.
to carry that weight on her shoulders. Now she has to live with that burden that, damn, I made a promise and now I couldn't keep that promise on my end. So you know what I mean? That's what I mean by, like, as a character, I feel connected to both of the main, the brother and the sister, the most out of every single character on the fucking series, because I like their connection. So I want to see, like, if that's going to be tarnished in the next episode. Obviously people want to know what's going to be the next biggest thing right after this, or is there going to be some weird cliffhanger at the end that's going to be like, huh? It might. I'm gonna be honest. This is Alien, bro. Like this, there's always gonna be like some sort of catch at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like some interesting thing. I don't know. It'll probably be crazy, and then the thing will probably die or whatever the case is. Because that happens a lot on every single Aliens film. Like when we saw with Romulus, that fucking tall fucking creature looking thing. That motherfucker, that shit blew everybody's mind when it was blinking and shit. The light was blinking. We didn't know what the hell it was, and it popped right out, and then he died though. But he died though. But I think they said they're gonna expand on that though.
Yeah, they're gonna make a second Romulus movie. There's so much more they could probably expand, especially Disney owning it. They're gonna try to extend it somehow.
Yeah, I just don't want
another movie or something.
I'll take a movie. I do not want another season. Yeah. I do not want another season. I feel like a lot of people would probably say, like, no, we need, bro, what do you mean? It was so good. Or like, I had a good time watching the first season. Like, but I just feel like there shouldn't be another fucking season of talking about what they've already explained most of what happened already.
Yeah.
There's what more can they elaborate on?
Right.
The
characters are not strong enough to carry them for a whole nother season.
What is he gonna say? The eye combined with fucking, the synthetic, and now it's a fucking, like a living tribunal type shit from comic books. I don't know, like some god type shit. I don't know. It's just like, what's gonna be the next thing to expand on? There's not gonna be nothing else. So it's like, I don't want another series. I feel like what's gonna happen is I don't know if Moro's gonna die. If he does die, nobody. I mean, I personally would be like, cool. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't really care. I think Wendy's gonna. I think some sacrifice is gonna happen. That's why I just feel like. I feel like the brother, like her and her brother are gonna patch it up, but they're gonna try to kill him, or the alien's gonna come out of nowhere and try to kill him, and then she's probably gonna somehow, I don't know, jump in the middle of it and probably get stabbed by it. I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be some sort of sacrifice to this. Somebody's dying in this one. That's going to be crazy.
But you know what I can see happening? Like, the alien's probably going to try to turn on Hermit at some point, and she's going to jump in the way and try to protect her brother.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm saying something like that is probably going to happen. Because
Yeah.
how else are we going to end something and end a series like this? It's not going to be a happy ending. It almost never is with Aliens. There's always some sort of expansion on like the story or something. Like it's not like, oh yeah, we all get to go home now, you know, go eat Burger King or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's not gonna be all glimmer and shine. So something is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna it has to be a character that's just gonna be like mind blown away. And only people that feel mostly connected to is Wendy and the I feel like the brother and the sister. No one cares about anybody else, basically. I mean, they have like, you know, everybody has their own connections to each character, but I just think like the most is the brother and the sister. So to see what happens with them, it's probably going to be the biggest thing. But Wendy is the biggest character, so it's just like I just feel like if she passes, then hey, I don't know, it'll be crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna go into Predator or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, let us know, you know, in the comment section what you guys think about this episode.
Guys, let us know. We'll see you guys on the next one.